partially disperse funds for assistance program and ordered the Trump administration to provide an SNAP. The supplemental nutrition assistance of 42 million Americans, including President Trump held a lavish Great Gatsby-themed Halloween party at Mar-a-Lago just hours before 10th date by today. Food banks and nonprofits nationwide are scrambling to meet the need. Gatsby and what it means for today after headlines. Meanwhile, 16 million children whose SNAP benefits were cut off over the weekend. 98 staffing trigger reports at airports since Friday. On Friday, nearly 13,000 air traffic controllers are working without pay due to the shutdown. CNN reports there have been 90, meaning air traffic controllers had to alter operations due to staff shortages. Of also violating the ceasefire by allowing into Gaza just 24 U.S.-backed ceasefire went into effect October 10th. Officials in Gaza have accused Israel of return the bodies of 3 more Israeli soldiers who were killed during the October 7th attack. In the 4% of the aid trucks promised under the deal. On Sunday, Hamas, who was killed in an Israeli raid. This is Leila Ghanem, the governor of Ramallah.
The genocide continues not only in Gaza but in all of Palestine because they want to say to all the world, we are in control. We occupy all the world, not only Palestine. There are daily executions. This is a child who was executed like our children, our women, our elders were executed in cold blood because those who do not fear punishment will misbehave. The world should take a stand.
The 5 of the Israeli soldiers seen in the video were criminally prosecuted. At the time, Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich said the soldiers should be treated like heroes, not villains, unquote. Playing efforts to dismantle.
These attacks and their mounting human cost are unacceptable. All measures necessary to prevent the extrajudicial killing of people aboard these boats, whatever the criminal conduct alleged against them. The U.S. must halt such attacks and take...
In relation to the Washington Post, quote, it's a wild claim of executive authority. The U.S. continues to amass more ships and aircraft near Venezuela. State Department lawyer Brian Finucane told during an interview on, unquote. This comes as the U.S. 60 Minutes. CBS's Norah O'Donnell questioned President Trump about Venezuela.
I don't tell you that. I mean, I'm not saying it's true or untrue.
President, quote, speaking to reporters yesterday aboard his plane, President Trump again vowed to take action in Nigeria.
Killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. And they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world, very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
But organizations monitoring violence in the region say there's no evidence to suggest Christians are killed more than other religious groups in Nigeria. This is Malik Samuel.
This is not a Christian genocide because the facts don't support it. If you look at the areas where this conflict is rife, even if you take Borno State alone, you look at the northern Borno. Many of these communities are Muslim dominated. So most of the victims of Boko Haram violence are Muslims.
Later, a senior researcher at Good Governance Africa. Rapid Support Forces, RSF paramilitary group in the city of El Fasher. It comes as Sudan's government says the RSF has killed at least 2,000 people since the paramilitary group has seized control of El Fasher.
Out of here! Put the gun away! We're gonna shoot people!
Evanston Mayor, but witnesses say the death toll could be much higher as tens of thousands of civilians remain trapped in the city. Repeatedly punching a man in the head while he was pinned to the pavement. Moments earlier, an agent pointed a gun at a group of bystanders.
ICE agents have assaulted Evanston residents, beaten people up, grabbed them, abducted them, taking people off the street once again because of the color of their skin. It is an outrage. Our message for ICE is simple. Get the hell out of Evanston.
Daniel Bliss denounced the federal agents. 60 Minutes, CBS's Norah O'Donnell questioned President Trump about federal immigration agents using violent tactics.
More recently, Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out.
Trump's popular. The mayor of Urupuan in the western state celebrations on Saturday, Carlos Alberto Manzo Rodriguez of Michoacan, had been an outspoken critic of drug cartels and organized crime. And the autonomy plan for Western Sahara as the basis for negotiations on the territory's political future. Morocco's occupied Western Sahara for half a century. 10 countries joined the United States in supporting the measure. Russia, China, and Pakistan abstained. Algeria did not cast a vote. The Polisario Front, the movement seeking independence, denounced the vote, saying it would not take part in, quote, any peace process or Sahrawi liberation or negotiations based on proposals that aim to legitimize the Moroccan military occupation. Of millions of people lost SNAP benefits. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy wrote on social media, quote, "The way he rubs his inhumanity in Americans' face never ceases to stun me. He's illegally refusing to pay food stamp benefits while he throws a ridiculously over-the-top Gatsby party for his right-wing millionaire and corporate friends," unquote. We'll have more on the great